what's going on, guys? This is the fifth episode of the Fingerboarding Podcast. Today, we're going to talk about a lot of topics, a lot of things happening. Later in the episode, we have an interview with Uncle Urban, so that's going to be pretty tight. But first, we want to get into some topics. Ethan, I'll let you lead.
It's your boy,
It's your boy
Skinny
Ethan.
Man. All right, so we had a couple things to talk about. It wasn't too much. Obviously, people have seen the Black River store thing,
Yep.
and they're in need of financial help. I'm not going to get into it too much because we really went in depth with it in our interview. But I just my thoughts on it. I think it's great that the community, got together. I mean, either way you look at it, $5,000 is like, it's a handful of cash. So it was cool to see people, raise that money or donate, their revenue from their company that they earned to the GoFundMe itself.
Yeah, people like Ravi
But
Sauce were doing like, hey, this
yep.
stock, 10% of it is going to Black River. That's
And I
dope.
think I don't know, Joy Call did like International Bum Day, and I think the proceeds were going to that. Maybe I'm not sure, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did something like that. And let me just say
yeah,
the GoFundMe right now, it is at as of current, um,
should be pretty much there.
the 3rd of July. Is it July? I'm gonna retard. The 3rd of April, July. Oh my God, the 3rd of
Autistic.
April, 3rd of April, 2017, 9 p.m. It is at $4,950. So there's 50 more dollars to go. It's gonna be done.
Yeah, it'll be done. So,
So that's
but
really
we'll
cool.
cover it much later. So,
Yeah, the Black River store said that they were going to be able to keep it up into the summer. That's what they said on
yeah.
their Instagram with the $5,000 that they are going to receive from this GoFundMe, which is really tight.
All right. So, what else? Beastpock, Beastpock, Beastpock's pants.
Spock Pants uploaded a new stock. We got
What
the
was
Beast Pants
that?
stock. It's the Beast Pants stock, dude.
All right. Well, stock 12. Some really cool stuff in there. I saw like a split. I mean, they're all split pies, but I saw this really cool one where it was the smoking cat design, and it had like different split pie elements around just the regular design of it.
Yep,
It
I
looks really
saw that
cool.
too. Um,
There's also like he's making. I don't know all the names of them, but there's gonna be a lot of them by the looks of it. So,
yeah, a lot of original ones too from older stocks, like the Cassius Hurst, the Pro models. A lot of those are coming back.
ow!
What's going on,
I
buddy?
just shot myself. No, I just hurt my finger.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
he's even
Don't
got
don't do that.
he's even got an Exacto 11 split ply for
I
the
don't like
stock.
the exacto
Me neither. It's
thing.
kind of like weird. I don't really.
Ah, nah,
I wouldn't
nah,
really like using it. I mean, kind of
nah,
seems weird. Nah, nah.
nah.
Okay. And
So,
I'm gonna
Max,
throw it out there. I don't like the smoking cats, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna get
you can't
hated
see
on
it right
for it.
now, but I'm 420 dabbing right now because smoking cats, they're blazing it up. You think it's a cigarette, but it's not. It's a blunt.
It's a blunt. Oh my God, dude. Dude, you can't say that on a Christian live stream.
Dude, this is a Christian podcast. I
This is a
understand
Christian
that, but like,
podcast, dude. My God.
I
Holy
don't know.
shit, this is a Christian
Kelsey,
podcast, okay?
Kelsey.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
All right, I'm sorry, man.
I just want to say about my favorite deck. He just uploaded this 4 hours ago, as of right now. It's called the Sucky Beast. It's like this lady Minotaur with horns,
The
and she's got
sucky,
like,
sucky beast.
yeah, Sucky Beast,
You'll
dude.
never get the suck.
You'll never get the Sucky Beast, and she's got like demon wings, and it's like a pink reddish background. She's standing on a bunch of demon skulls. It's really cool. You guys should definitely
Dude,
check that out.
it's gnarly.
Nah, dude. And oh, also, dude, have you seen the Howling Cat one? It's like
Uh,
it's the gray cat and he's sticking out his tongue and it's got the black trees in the background with the moon.
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, that one's sick too. Cause that's a split pie, dude.
Yeah, I saw that.
God. But
I
dude,
like the
his
ones that
split
I really
pies.
like. I like the smoking cat, and I like the like that ghost coffee one. It was like a ghost coming out of the cup of coffee. Coffee. I
You
don't
know,
know.
I
I
I
thought it
don't
was
I don't like the smoking cat split pies because the little things like it's just like the shape of a cat face and it's got that. Dude, it looks like a little tumor growing out of its chin.
I don't know. It looks like a. But you want to know something about the sucky beast? You want to know something?
What?
You'll never get the suck.
You'll never get the suck.
That was lame, dude. That was 100% freaking just
Sorry. Okay.
the worst shit I've ever heard. Oh my
Listen, I'm gonna
God.
quit. You don't get this back on
Get the
track.
hell off!
All right. So next subject. I figured I'm constantly learning. Like I've been fingerboarding for a bit, but like I'm still learning all sorts of stuff. Like I'm still really trying to get switched down and all that. So I figured it'd be cool to talk about what tricks we're working on at the current.
Yeah.
And one that I'm really trying to get down right now is nollie flips, like tail slides and
Do you mean nollie
nose
kickflip?
slides. Nollie flips. I mean, that's what pretty much what it is, like a nollie kickflip.
Just say nollie
But I've been
kickflip.
really trying to. Okay, nollie kickflip. I've been really trying to get those down, in tail slides and stuff. So
Yeah, I've been working on, this, ever since we met up for the story session. I've been able to do some varial heel flips. Once I tried them, I kind of got them really fast. Varial heel flips are like
taught by yours truly.
my thing now. Yeah, Ethan, we were going around finding spots outside.
I was the master.
We were
the
we were
kawaii
cruising
senpai.
around, and my senpai told me, "Hey, you freaking idiot!
No, it's
You need to."
kawaii senpai.
Oh God, dude, don't be a weeb. Not here,
Yeah.
Ethan. Not here.
All right,
Okay, you can do that at home with your
I am
your
at
mom.
home. I am at home.
No, you aren't. You're in a prison. We all know you are, dude.
All right. Stop. You're triggering me.
So I learned varial heel flips, but that's led me to learn actual heel flips. Like I can't do them every time, but I'm trying them a lot, and sometimes I will get like a really clean ass heel flip, dude. And like that's something I never thought I would be able to do.
You gotta clean your ass. You got to clean your ass.
What the fuck you talking about?
Dude, you just said I get some clean ass heel flips.
Yeah,
So
clean
I
ass heel
decided to
flips, dude.
like
Some
you know,
baby wipe ass heel flips, dude. All right.
nice.
Yeah, dude. Dude,
But that's just what we've been working on lately.
Yeah, dude. And the short shape Collinswood I just got helps a lot too. The
Yeah.
95 long, freaking insane.
Speaking of Collinswood, I just set up a Collinswood. I think it's 97 or 98. It's probably 97, and it's probably 32 wide. It's really nice though. It's old. It's old deck.
Yeah, I know what it is. I ordered a Collinswood. I traded the one he's talking about to Ethan. I ordered a new 2016 Collinswood for Christmas, a Christmas present, like a Christmas present to myself. I wanted a Collinswood. So I ordered one of the blanks he got. It's an exotic red blank Collinswood. I still have it. And he ran out of wax apparently to send me, like some fox wax. So instead, he sent me a deck from his company before Collinswood. So I don't know what name it was, but it was from before he was Collinswood.
I don't know. It's pretty nice to be honest.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's like an OG deck. It's really nice.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not sure. Another thing that I saw product wise this week was Yellowwood. Well, it wasn't this week, it was last week because it's Monday. Yellowwood made a post, and it was a post about 34 millimeter wide trucks and their prototypes.
They posted a setup pic, and it's got two hands, and the setup pic has the description, and it says they're X5s, and they're 34 millimeter trucks, which I don't really like. I mean, I don't know what your opinion is on it, but I don't like it.
I think it's cool. I mean, why not?
I don't know. It's just, I mean, I guess if you ride 34 millimeter decks, I'm really freaking biased on this, so don't take my opinion for shit on this. But because I don't use 34 millimeters, so I'm just like, well, who would buy that, you know? But I mean, I guess it makes sense, like for people like Alec, Stay Tuned FB. He rides a lot of 35 millers and 35 millers.
Miller 64.
35 millimeter and 34 millimeter decks. So those trucks would actually probably be perfect for him. I mean, Yellowwood's gonna freaking sweep up that market of people looking for 34 millimeter trucks, dude.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's 2KR, and then if Yellowwood does decide to do it. This is another option for more variety and different like a feeling on the board. So,
Yeah. I mean,
so
a nice thing though, if you go with a 34 millimeter deck and you have 32 millimeter trucks, you get wheel bite a lot. With a 34 millimeter truck, I don't think you're gonna get as much wheel bite.
I think you'd probably get more if anything.
I think you're right. I mean, you would know more about that than me. But dude, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, do you think they're gonna be more money than X Force? Because obviously, if they're 34
I
millimeter,
mean,
they're
it's more
gonna,
material.
yeah, they're gonna, it's gonna take more
I'm sure it will.
what is
I'm
wrong
sure it
with
will
me
be.
today? Oh my God.
No, it's fine. I think it probably will be more, but I don't think it's gonna be like $10 more. It'll probably be like $5 more if that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So,
It's gonna be slightly cheaper.
Oh, speaking of long trucks, company that I really enjoy or really like, Dynamic. They're coming out with 50 millimeter wide trucks. These things are
No, they
sick,
aren't.
dude. I'm sure everyone
They're
saw
not
it.
coming out
No,
with them.
listen.
It was like a meme.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it
It
was,
was
dude.
real. Dude,
It
it was
was
real.
it was real, but it's not like he's gonna make them and sell them.
No, he is. He told me over
No.
DMs personally.
He
No,
did?
no, he didn't. He didn't.
Oh
Let
my
me tell
God, you fucking meme. Dude, you just pranked me hardcore.
you.
Damn.
Get pranks.
Dude, can you imagine how much those are? 50 millimeter
Uh,
trucks? They're custom made. Like they're not molded. He had to custom make those.
he has a printer, dude, that prints them.
A metal printer?
Yeah, they have those.
Oh shit, dude, I didn't know that. That's sick.
Yeah, that's how he did it. I know if we're gonna talk about molded trucks, BRTs are molded.
Yeah.
So are Ys. Those are molds.
What isn't
Dynamics
molded? I
aren't.
mean,
What's not molded
you think they are?
is no. I'm pretty sure they're all molded.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure.
I think that's the only way you can do it at
I
that
thought there
point.
was something. Yeah, except for dynamic. Dynamic's not molded. At least as far as I know.
I I I, I thought you just said they were molded.
I'm.
Oh
Little do you guys
shit.
know, but I have mental disabilities, and one of which is being Ethan, and that really affects me sometimes. So just don't take anything I say seriously, and you'll be good.
Yeah, I mean,
So
you kind of got problems.
yeah. Um. Oh, cool event that was just happened was the Minnesota meetup.
Yeah,
Um.
you know a lot about that.
Yeah, yeah. It was the Minnesota meetup, and that was really cool because I know I saw a lot of people that I follow on Instagram. They made it over there. Idol. Um. What was the other kid? I think it was like Jonah Carlson. Um, I've been following him for like a couple months, and like he's gone to like just like something crappy, like a tech trucks, like a P rep to a full nice setup. So it was cool to see people go there and meet up because I know in certain parts of the country it's somewhat lacking, just because I mean, in different parts of the country there's less fingerboarders and there's less events and gatherings. So it was cool that that was going on, and it was nice to see people getting together and doing that. Um, oh, something that I just remembered. Mike Schneider posted a picture. It was a Berlinwood Ray graphic. It was those like really dope looking satanic. You all right there, buddy?
No, I'm good.
Dude, dude, I just said satanic and you come in like that, and I'm kind of creeped out now.
Don't worry about it. You'll be
Anyways, so it was really cool. Berlinwood. It was the FS Ray graphic. I think it was 32 wide, but it was really dope. He had some pink dynamic board rails on it and some white oaks, I think. And it was just a really dope looking setup. Like I really thought it was cool. But Max, did you see that?
fine. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he had the Youth RA deck. Was it? Do you know? Was it the one where the chick is going down on a guy, or was it the one where it's just like a chick topless in the fountain?
I'm gonna check real quick. It was the fountain with the dude hanging.
It was
That's my
okay.
favorite. I
Yeah,
don't like the
he
one.
had the Youth RA deck with the pink board. What board rails were they? Do you know? Like what brand?
Dynamic, I just said.
Oh, okay. I wasn't listening really.
Yeah,
I had to go
I
deal
know.
with something.
Yeah. Mm.
For you guys that don't know,
The slaves were
I've got a
escaping from
little
the dungeon.
I've got a little 2-year-old brother, and I put him in a freezer, and he got out, and I had to put him back in and strap him up.
I thought, wait, you moved him out of the microwave to the freezer?
Yeah, he was getting a little hot in the microwave when anyone wanted to heat up some
Okay. Yeah,
food.
I guess that makes.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, something else. I'm not sure how many of you guys skateboard, but I'm sure some of you have seen Garrett Giner. I think it's Giner.
I think it's Jenner,
He's
bro.
like a skateboarder vlogger. Not Jenner. He says it in
Jenner.
one of his videos. I don't know.
Gender.
You guys pretty much know. Yeah, Garrett Gender. He did this video, and I was just watching fingerboarding videos, and I just got done watching a documentary on brutal fingerboards, right? And I see this in my feed, and it's titled $150 fingerboard versus $5 fingerboard. So I click on it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I skip through the whole video because like the whole beginning part is just skateboarding
Garbage.
vlog. Next, yeah, nothing I want to see. So I go to the end, and he's holding up. Okay, let me just paint the picture for you. He's holding up his gator mold deck
That friend made him.
with yeah, no, it was a friend's fingerboard. His gator mold deck with tech deck trucks and oak minis. So it's a gator mold deck, tech deck trucks, and oak minis.
Like the only thing
$150.
he said,
$150 is what he said to this.
yeah, he's acting like it's
Okay.
BRTs, flat face swirls,
And it's like,
and
okay,
a Berlin
if
wood.
you've ever done research, then you would obviously know that's not that much. And I'm pretty sure he has, because he's made more than one like fingerboard video, like professional fingerboard and sponsor, whatever. He's made more than one. So I'm sure he has a basic idea of that thing's not worth $150. Maybe his friend told him it was like, oh, this is $150, man. And it was like, oh, cool, let's make a video. So basically, he claims that this hunk of junk is $150, and it would probably be close to maybe $50, if
No, dude,
that. But the
not
thing's
even.
thrashed anyway.
Like
Yeah, dude. Okay,
a
okay,
gator
it's
mold
fifty
deck you can
dollars.
get a gator mold deck from like a friend or someone on Instagram is like $10. I know that for a fact. The oak minis are
Yeah.
$30 new, and they look pretty beaten up. So you're talking
Yeah,
about
but
like a $40 deck. I mean, a $40
well, it
setup.
doesn't matter. That's what I just said.
You said 50, bro.
Like closer to $50. I
Yeah,
mean,
dude.
still, it was probably closer to 50 if you think
Dude,
about
it's
it.
bad.
But anyways, yeah, the thing was just terrible looking.
I
And
can't
then he
believe he
has a tech.
appraised it at that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm just watching the video, and I'm like, dude, can you clickbait like a little less hard, please? Like seriously, like it just I don't know, it makes me frustrated. There's somebody like that, fingerboards every single day and knows everything about fingerboarding. I know everything about fingerboarding. I
I
just thought it was
know what it
so
is, what
so
the
dumb.
time of day is, and I know it, okay? Don't talk to me unless you do it, okay? Don't do
They're giving me a tumor, Max.
it. Yeah, it's just, I don't
But
know.
anyways, I
It's
just thought it
screwed
was
up.
dumb.
Cause you know he knows it's not like that much, dude. It's Tech Deck trucks. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
$150?
like
Cause he shows what a $150 setup is. He shows BRTs, he shows flat face swirls, and he shows a Berlin wood deck.
yeah,
And if he looked
and
at
then
his own setup, if he looked even at his own setup, he would have been like, "Wow, this looks like trash compared to that." So it's just
just trying to get
ridiculous.
those.
He's trying to get those
He's trying to
views,
get those.
man. That ad
Trying
revenue
to get
that
those
doesn't
clicks.
exist anymore.
Yeah, no. Dude, we should make it. You could just turn this into a YouTube podcast.
The
We could
YouTube,
turn it into
oh,
the,
freaking
the, the
John
budget
alert,
version of Baited. Let's just
dude.
turn it into the budget version of Baited.
Yeah, dude. Keemstar's podcast there, bro. Just do
Yeah.
it, dude.
Well, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Not really. I want to give a big shout out to whoever made the new graphic.
Okay,
I
hold
don't.
on, stop. Let's not do whoever made. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna figure out who it is.
Ethan's gonna find it right now, but I just want to give a big shout out to. We'll say your name right as Ethan finds it. This graphic that you're seeing right now on YouTube, if you're on SoundCloud and you can't see it, we'll upload a picture of it on Instagram later. So you'll be able to see it on our Instagram at the Fingerboarding Podcast on Instagram.
Hmm.
This uh, this graphic is so much better than the one I had. So thank you
Eh,
so
sucks. It
much.
makes, uh, I'm actually trying to pull up my notifications, but my internet is shite, so it's not loading. Oh wait, okay, there it goes. Eller Rye.
Elliot Rye, dude, thank you so much for making this. It's a
Yeah, it's
beautiful,
pretty dope.
beautiful graphic. I love it. All the colors pop real well. It's got, some dope ass companies on there. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks for the support.
So we're gonna segue now into our next part, and we'll be back with
Yeah, the
Uncle Urban.
interview. See you guys.
What's up, guys? Welcome back, and I'm Ethan. We're here with Uncle Urban.
Yo, how's it going?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
So far I'm pretty good. Summer is coming in Germany, and yeah, enjoying
It's supposed
enjoying
to
the
be coming
sun.
down here in the States, but so far the East Coast got a lot of snow.
Yeah, I heard that. That's pretty dent actually. I like snow,
I
but
hate snow.
I also like the sun, but yeah.
Anyways, so we have some interesting topics to talk about today. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Black River store because obviously that happened this month, and that was, I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're living under a rock, I'm sure you saw that on Instagram, the Kickstarter for that. So we'll be talking about that a little bit, and the big thing that we wanted to talk about is how criticism mixes with the community. Just it seems to me like if you say something negative about somebody, a product, anything, people just destroy you. They just rip you apart. And
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I absolutely agree with that.
yeah, why don't you share how your experiences with it? Because I know we've both had our own dealings, so to speak, with it.
Yeah, so yeah, in my point of view, it seems like you can't really criticize anything. So because um, it feels like the community does not allow that. So if you say like, even if you say something, not even with like a bad or you don't mention it bad, more like
Like fair criticism, like something like
yeah,
not
yeah,
even like you're not roasting them or anything. You're just being fair.
yes.
Yeah.
Even that seems like everybody's like totally, yeah, going wild on it, because it seems like every company is like untouchable, which is totally wrong. And yeah, it's kind of weird. It's also I think complicated to explain, but
Yeah, it is pretty complicated to explain.
yeah. So
I'd be
well, yeah, I write reviews and I try to do like a journalistic thing. So I'm slowly getting there that I will criticize more, but yeah, I already felt that is not a good way to criticize, even if, as I said, even if it is like not mentioned bad.
yeah. I mean, uh, I've talked to people over Instagram about certain products, and I'll be like, hey, "This is good and that's good, but this is just terrible. This part of the product is terrible."
Yes,
And then they get angry, and it's like I'm being fair. I'm not calling the person a piece of shit or anything. I'm just saying this particular thing just isn't great. Or even personal opinions. I mean, saying like a lot of people don't like Joy Cult. A lot of people just don't like the wheels. And obviously, I
yes,
mean, Joy Cult's such a popular company when it comes to wheels, one of the most popular, I'd argue, that you say something bad and just people lose their shit. It's just it's pretty sad actually.
yeah, and in my opinion, it's totally okay to say something like, "Okay, I don't like joycoils because I don't know any reason." It's also okay to say, "Well, I don't like non-urethane wheels like flat face or Winkler wheels or whatever." So that's always like it depends on the taste of the rider or the person.
Yeah.
But like when you like really criticize something. So I have to admit, I rather like joy-cold wheels, not joy-cold oak wheels. I totally mix them up always, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
So
okay.
I rather like oak wheels. I only had one set of joy-colds, and it's probably 1 year ago or something like this. And in my opinion, it's a working wheel. It's okay, but it has some issues. So I think Matt is working on it.
Yeah, I mean, I know like some
And
wheels, I think the way the way they're cut in the lathe, there's kind of
yes,
like ribs in it, like little like small. I don't know how to just say it. Like has very small ribs in it, basically.
yeah.
I mean, there's all sorts of things, but
But I mean, like, it's okay. I think it's okay to say something like, well, so I'm actually quite down with Matt from Joycold.
hmm
So I have nothing against him, and I think he don't has anything against me. So I'm cool with him. I like what he's doing in Canada and this stuff. But if he would ask me for honest opinion, I would tell him the honest opinion, and also everybody else. So, and I think he's such a cool guy that he would accept my opinion and also like to hear what I would criticize.
hmm
But I think he can do it because he's like more grown up. He stands like over the thing he's doing. You know,
yeah,
he don't. It feels like he wants to keep on going. He wants to push it. You know, he wants to
constantly
bring
make
it
his
further. And
stuff better.
yeah, and
Yeah,
sometimes you just need someone else who tells you what you could do better, or what is wrong, or I don't know what's bad.
yeah,
Sometimes it is like this, but recently in the fingerboard community, it feels like you're not really allowed to do that, to tell someone actually in a public way, in a public
yeah,
way to do something better. So
yeah. I agree
it
with.
seems like you have to always like how you say like do it in a quiet way, so nobody noticed, just the person who's included.
Yeah. And most of the time, like when I'm talking about a product, it's not so much that, I'm saying it's bad. Most of the time, it's constructive criticism. And people don't even want to hear it. They don't want to hear constructive criticism. They don't want to hear any sort of criticism. Because basically, in their eyes, you're attacking them and a product they like. And I don't understand why people feel this way.
Yeah, me either. So I think some people think when you say, I don't know, this is shitty because, or this could be better because you could do this and that better. Um, some of them, I think they get like really emotional, or because it's like their product, it's their work and this stuff.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Didn't you have
as
sorry, I didn't mean to
mhm.
cut you off. Go ahead.
um, yeah, I mean like as I said recently, I just felt it, or I just saw it like in a quite, how you say, like in a bad way, how this
Yeah,
could like
a negative
a
way.
lot of people, yeah, a lot of people like reacted on something I did,
hmm
which wasn't meant to be bad, but a lot of people like really went wild, and yeah, that was quite weird.
I mean, from what you told me, all you did is you really didn't say much, did you? Actually, like there wasn't.
No, I actually I can roll up the story if you want.
Yeah, go
um
ahead.
So basically, I went to the store and I saw Timo working on some ramps, and yeah, the ramps were packaged not so well, and yeah, well, that's the first point. So when you send something out as a company, always make sure everything is packed fine and smooth and
Yeah,
safely, especially when
especially like
yeah,
certain
when
obstacles and stuff.
yeah, exactly. And the other thing is like when you send something out as a company, make sure the stuff you send out is 100% perfect. Imagine you buy something, I don't know, a new skateboard and it's not sanded. The edges are not sanded. You would be
You
so
just get a
pissed.
square plank of wood.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, you know. So I saw Timo in the store sanding down some stuff so it does work again, and I was like snapping it on my Instagram live story, and I tagged the company and wrote under it what happened there, and I made another live story thing where I showed that the ramp was not even, so it was shaky on the table, and a lot of people like really DM'd me and went wild, like why I do this, why I do that in a public way, and yeah. But the other thing is like also people DM'd me and told me, yeah, I got the same issues with that company, and even like big people in fingerboarding, like important people in fingerboarding, DM'd me and told me, yeah, we got the same issues and the stuff, and that was really weird because like as I said, like a lot of people wrote me or even did like uh, an Instagram live story thingy and used, for example, a Black River ramp and did the exact same thing. And
yeah, because didn't you took like a fingerboard and you kind of like
try to roll onto the ramp.
Yeah.
And well, I didn't even meant this life story thing in a bad way. I just thought, well, when I buy something, especially like a fingerboard ramp, I'm getting hyped on it and I'm excited. And when I unbox it, when it arrives and it's broken or it's just unfinished, then it's for the company. It's I mean, like even for the company, it's bad. You can't tell me any difference.
Yeah, the way you know it is bad, but for some reason I almost feel like some people are ignoring this. Like they're ignoring it. Like not only the criticism, but they're ignoring that certain products have flaws.
Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah.
I mean, like I didn't, as I said, I didn't mention that in a bad way. I just wanted to like wake up the company more or less, like show him what's wrong and
Yeah, kind of point something out.
yeah. And as I said, like a lot of people wrote me and told me that I'm a jerk and why I'm doing this in a public way. Well, I know I have some, or I reached some people, not so many, but I reached some people. And why not doing it public? Everybody can know that. I think it's especially in my point of view, I can do it, and I always will show my followers what's wrong with something because I don't want them to stick in this position that they buy something and then it arrives and then it's maybe broken or not usable because it's not done.
Who was it on Instagram that I just saw recently? I think it was Snorlaxative FB. He ordered like a ramp, and it I think the leg of it it was a concrete obstacle and it broke or something, and he seemed pretty disappointed about that. But
yeah, and that's especially with the concrete stuff. For all the concrete companies out there, make sure when you send something out, it's super well packed or super good packed. So use 20 times of newspaper instead of one-time newspaper.
yeah.
I mean, like, of course, it's a bit more work, but when you satisfy your customers, it will pay out, I'm sure.
Well, yeah.
But if you have to send the ramp maybe 2 or 3 times because you're too dumb to pack it or to stuff it right, yeah, well then I'm sorry, you should close your company.
Yeah,
No
I mean,
offense,
if you can't, deliver the product in one piece, then maybe you shouldn't be making them. Because I know, I understand, I understand sometimes that it's not always your fault, especially with concrete obstacles. Like you can package it a bunch and I mean, I'm sure people have seen the YouTube videos of like post office fails where they just take your package and they throw it over a fence or something. Like, the post office isn't gentle by any means with how they handle stuff, but that's why you package it well so it doesn't break.
Yeah, true. And the funny thing actually about the story with the store I told you and the life story thingy is like a few days ago I watched the story of the company, and he was actually like working on the ramps as in the same way as Timo does or did as Timo did. So
Yeah.
the guy who did the ramps actually sent the bottom of the ramp down, and yeah, I don't know. It seemed like he maybe understood his lesson, or he understood what I
Finally,
meant.
somebody actually told him that he was doing it wrong and he needed to put some more time in his product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as I said, basically a lot of people wrote me and told me they had some issues, and yeah, it's like I don't know how this can go on,
Yeah.
when a lot of
And
people are not satisfied with a product, and
going off
um,
of something that you just said, people like told you that they were having some issues with their product too, right?
yes,
That's the thing. People have issues with it because they don't want to get backlash from saying that something's bad. You don't hear about it. Nobody posts about it.
yeah, that's exactly the point.
Yeah,
And
so
I
once you made a snap or a story, they're like, "Oh, okay, well, somebody else is having the problem too, and he just did it, so maybe I'll go, DM him and talk about it." Because nobody likes to talk about it. Because I mean, honestly, who wants to be bombarded with hate because something came to you broken or messed up?
yes, and I think that's a big issue with fingerboarding. That
Yeah,
it seems like nobody or everybody's scared of saying something out loud.
I don't blame him.
You can, I mean, like when you have issues with your Black River trucks, what do, you email Black River, and some of the kids are writing on Instagram like those are the worst trucks ever, which is totally false,
Yeah,
And
yes.
but when you have like a small company, which is maybe a friend of a friend of a friend, then you won't say anything because you don't want to cheat or whatever, attack your friend in a bad way.
Yeah,
And
and
that's something I can be friends with someone who has a company, but still like criticize or tell him that something is wrong.
yeah,
And if I don't know the guy personally or in a really good way, then I can go out and open my mouth and tell everyone that the stuff the guy is doing is
yeah,
bad or not well made. Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, I think we pretty much covered that one pretty good. I just know I was talking to Uncle Urban and um we were talking about it. We were just Skyping. It wasn't podcast related. We were just talking about it, and I was like, we should talk about this because I think it would be great to talk about, and it was. So,
Yeah. True. I
anyways,
think it's. I
sorry.
think
Go ahead.
it's a really important topic because I think fingerboarding is like going further and further, and it seems like more and more people going, or more and more people are coming to the fingerboard and going to
Yeah.
fingerboard and start fingerboarding. And yeah, I think it's time.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's really talked about it, so maybe this will be like the gateway for people
Yeah.
to talk about it more, and just I don't know. We'll see.
Yes.
Hopefully, it changes something. That would be cool. So,
Yeah.
Black River Store. This is something else I was talking to you about, and you knew. It seemed like you knew quite a bit more than I did about the situation. So, I mean, what's going on over there?
Yeah. So first of all, I should explain that the Black River store and the Black River web store are two separate things. Seems like a lot of people think that when the store may close, that Black River will close as well. So the web shop. That's not true. So um, So what's going on there? So the Black River store is in the heart of Berlin, and it's the fingerboard mecca, and it's a rough time lately, I guess. And yeah, so keep
What I just wanted to ask, is this something that people that actually, go to the Black River store and stuff, is this something that people have kind of known about, that the Black River store was having some issues? Because as somebody that lives in America and, nowhere near the Black River store, and I don't really know much about it, I had no idea that, that financial, they're having financial issues to begin with. But
so I can tell I know it quite a while, but more or less I wasn't really allowed to open my mouth. So Timo is like really going hard for trying to keep this place alive.
yeah,
And so you might have to understand that this is still like a store, and it has like costs each month, and fingerboarding by itself is not so it makes not so many or so much cash, to be honest.
yeah,
So far I know, so I'm not working at the Black River store, so I can't like tell everything, so I'm not so included as someone else, but so far I know it's like hard to sell or to keep the store alive just by fingerboarding.
yeah.
So back in the days, there was like another company inside the store. It was like Bleed Clothing. So this was like, they had like clothes in a vegan way, like only cotton and
Okay.
no chemicals and the stuff. Yeah, sounds
Vegan
sounds funny.
clothes.
Yeah, it sounds funny, but it's actually it worked quite well so far I know. But then one day they decided to, okay, we don't need a store in Berlin, so we will shut that down. And since then, it's quite hard for the store to survive just by fingerboarding. And
So, was that vegan clothing store, was that like a different company that was sharing the monthly fees of the store? Okay.
they had a space, or like they had some space in the Black River store.
Yeah.
And so it's not the fault of Bleed Clothing, don't get me wrong, guys. But it's like in general, it's like a tough time for fingerboarding to keep a store just by fingerboarding alive. I mean, like even skate shops nowadays have like real problems.
Yeah. I mean, you order everything online, so.
Yeah, that's the point. And it's kind of hard. It's just I see how Timo and everybody else is like putting their time into the store, and
I mean, it's sad to hear because, like you said, it is like, it's the mecca, something big.
So
It's done a lot for the community.
And I think it's nice of Matt, so the guy of Joy Cold, who did the GoFundMe page. I think it's GoFundMe.
Yeah, it's GoFundMe.
It's cool of him that he did that. And but I don't know what's happening with the store in the future.
Because I'm actually curious to see how much. Whoa, jeez. The guys, they're at $4,564 at the $5,000 goal, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. That's pretty nice. That's nice to see the community get together like that.
Yeah, and it's nice that everybody's helping.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that will like help for real. I mean, like, it's Berlin. To live in Berlin is quite expensive. I mean, like, I'm sure it's like the same with the hyped cities in America. So I bet like a rent in, I don't know,
LA.
in
Nicer parts of LA.
is quite expensive. Same with like the nice cities in Europe. Like for example, Paris is expensive as duck, and yeah, so you have to understand that the store isn't the cheapest place, but it's in the central of Berlin. So when you're in Berlin, you will find it easily. So I already read some comments that they should have made the store more outside, but then nobody would go there because
Yeah.
it takes you ages.
Another thing, something interesting that you told me. You said that sometimes like tech deck has to do with how how many sales are being made at the Black River store.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was interesting. Because what you said, like it was, if tech deck is doing ads in that area.
It's actually quite simple to understand that. So when tech deck is doing advertisements and selling tech decks, that means like kids and maybe teenage kids are getting into fingerboarding. And I don't know, when a 13 years old kid who can do a kickflip understands how to do a kickflip on a tech deck, then he might get the next point to buy a wooden fingerboard.
Yeah.
And then maybe he sees like, well, there's Black River, there's Flatface, there's Yellowwood. There are big companies and they are doing fingerboarding for the core scene.
Yeah.
And there's actually a core scene, and then you like step by step getting into fingerboarding. And that's how the scene grows, more or less, or like new people coming in.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's probably true for the States. I mean, tech deck brings more people in. Tech deck brought me in, so.
Yeah, and I think that's an important point. So I know that, especially in Europe, tech deck is almost dead. So I haven't seen a tech deck in a supermarket or toy store.
Tech deck's pretty much dead in the States too.
Yeah, that's weird, because on Facebook they do videos and the stuff, and I don't know, I don't understand that. I think it would work, especially maybe I go a bit too far, but when you take a look on YouTube, like YouTube skateboarders are quite hyped. And for example, when you watch Braille skateboards or all those guys, they all know what a fingerboard is. So from time to time, there's a fingerboard video where they do like a game of skate on fingerboarding, and those guys are skaters, like real skaters, and they do it for fun. And I mean, like, yeah, Tech Deck could like collab with them or something like this, because Tech Deck is
I know,
a big
like
company.
Tech Deck, I think, collaborated with Revive Skateboards, and they have like Revive Tech Decks. Have you seen those?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, that was fairly recent. That was only a couple months ago. They collaborated with Revive because I'm not sure, like Andrew Schrock, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He's always doing like tech deck videos, I think.
Yeah.
I've seen a
maybe
couple of
that's
them.
true.
So I know they did a collaboration with them. Because I don't know. I mean, it could just be it's more of a social media type of advertisement nowadays. But
Yeah, but I mean, like, the point is, if I wouldn't fingerboard, but I would had a tech deck back in the days, and I would see this video, I would consider to buy one. And when it takes me ages to find one, then I would just don't buy one. So
yeah.
And when they do something like this, they should make it more easy to buy a tech deck.
Yeah.
And recently it's not so easy. So
where they just
Germany,
they don't carry them in the stores at all.
So as I know, they don't. So I don't know what happened to them, but in Germany it's quite a while since I saw one in the supermarket or in the toy store.
That's sad to hear.
I don't know how it is in America, but so far I know in Germany it's
pretty much non-existent. Yeah. Well.
Yeah, because usually sometimes I bought them simply because of the nuts and the screws.
Just get the nut. I buy tech decks just for the hardware. nothing
Yeah,
else.
yeah. It sounds weird, but there was a time where I did that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of interesting to talk about because, I mean, if you think about it, it is pretty easy to understand, and I can see how, it does affect the store quite a bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, true that.
So how does the future look like for the Black River store?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. So I know Timo is trying everything to keep this place alive, and I think that will be the future. So I think this place will stay alive, but not in a like daily basis thingy. So
Yeah, I understand.
yeah, I mean like it's a store. So when it's open every day from I don't know 12 to 6, and people are or the employees have to get paid and the stuff. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. So
And
you said it's pretty much just Timo there, right?
it's Timo and Andy or Andreas Hiesinger. Um, he's actually the guy who did the new website for Black River. So
Mm-hmm.
he's actually an important person. So, but not everybody knows that or knows him. And then there was the Dirty Harry.
Yep.
And yeah, so 3 employees and the store. It's yeah,
That's not much.
yeah.
And
It's not
that's why the
much, but
store hours changed, right?
yeah. So far, I know, but I won't. I don't want to talk. I don't want to tell anything wrong. But
Mm-hmm.
so far, I know the store times changed because yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thanks for talking about that. I just, you're right over there, and I figured if people are listening to this, and Canada or the United States, it would be good to
Yes.
hear about it because I don't have any personal experience, with that area or that store. I just see it on Instagram and YouTube. So
Yeah, I just think that would be like the worst thing that could ever happen to fingerboarding if the store is like really closing down or shutting down
yeah, that would
for like
suck.
forever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like, or it feels like for me that the store is a part of Berlin, a part of Germany,
I mean
and
it's the part of the whole fingerboarding community.
yes, it is, and it's so I don't work there, but from time to time there are people who are coming in and they don't like fingerboard on a daily basis, but they have their setup and they want new wheels and the stuff, and they're totally happy to be there. And yeah, so it's not only for the core fingerboarders; it's for everyone who
Yeah,
connects to fingerboarding, or even to the people. And yeah, would be quite sad. So I
yeah, it
hope
would be
it
sad.
does not happen.
Yeah. Well, I think that's pretty much we covered most of the stuff that we wanted to talk about regarding the Black River store, and it was really cool to hear about that because like I said, didn't really know too
Yeah.
much of what was going on other than they're in need of financial help. So, anyways, I know that you're a fingerboarding journalist, so to speak. You you talk about certain fingerboarding products. I mean, why do you want to kind of explain what your place in the fingerboarding scene kind of is? Because I mean, it's definitely there. Your place that is.
uh, well, funny thing. Yeah, fingerboarding journalist, a big word.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call myself a fingerboard journalist. But yeah, I like to write, or I like to write reviews. Back in the days, I actually did them in a video base or on a video base. Like instead of sitting in front of the camera, I filmed everything on a white screen and made a voiceover and the stuff. But
Yeah.
after a while, I got tired. So actually, I took all the videos offline and the stuff. So it was quite unknown, to be honest. So yeah, I like to write. I like to review, and as I told, or as I said in the beginning, I try to be more. Yeah, I try to criticize more,
Yeah.
and yeah. So I think my place in the fingerboard scene is I want to educate the kids out there. So that's why I do the interviews. So actually on the base what they want or what they want to know. So
Yeah.
and yeah.
So
So
what made you sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what made you decide you wanted to move over to like a Word format when it came to doing writing for fingerboarding?
So actually I was talking to the owner of Fingerboard TV, and he at one point he told me um, he could make a own section for me, like that I have like
Yep.
my own topic thingy. And then he told me he would like it that I may help him. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I started then. I actually my first review I wrote on my iPhone when I was on a train. So I had my scale and the stuff in my backpack, and I was like measuring everything, and yeah. So I have no idea how many people are reading my reviews, and I don't get like a real reaction on it. But it's first of all it's a lot of fun for me. So
Mm-hmm.
I think I have a strict eye. So if there's any bad spot in the deck, I will find it.
You gotta
And
find that.
yeah, and when I say, for example, this is a brilliant sending, then it is truly a brilliant sending because, yeah, as I said, I'm fuzzy about it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's good that you're giving honest reviews, and the people aren't
Yeah,
slipping you a couple hundred here and there to put a good word in.
that wouldn't happen so far.
No,
Yeah,
I
so
wouldn't.
so actually at the moment I'm at this point where I write the companies mostly, or I hit them up. Sometimes it's actually the other way around,
Mm-hmm.
but
So
uh,
sometimes you hit them up to ask them if they want you to write about a certain product.
yeah,
Is what
yeah,
you're
and
kind of
the
saying.
most
Okay.
of them are like pretty surprised and honored.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
I guess
slowly
that's a good
getting
sign.
there that more people know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and yes, so yeah, it's fun. So
Yeah, it
I
sounds fun.
enjoy that, and yeah, so the main point why I stopped doing videos and starting to write is the videos take simply too much time.
Yeah, I'm sure they're pretty time consuming.
And yeah, it's hilarious actually. And I mean, writing a review is one thing; it takes time as well, and taking the pictures and the stuff. But it's I don't know. I can like separate the work more, and I enjoy
Yeah.
that more. So I can write the review on one day, and when there's good weather, I put the stuff in my backpack and my camera, which I'm actually always carrying with me, and then I take the pictures.
Nice. What kind of
And
camera do you use?
it's a Panasonic Lumix GH4.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty dent. I like the camera. It's handy. So
Yeah, I'm
I had
sure.
the GH2 before, and yeah, good camera.
So, also another thing that you do, and I really enjoy, I think it's a really great form of content, Uncle Urban Show. Uh,
Yeah.
how do you get into doing that?
Um, actually, I planned to do it quite a while ago. So there was this one point where I noticed that Fingerboard TV is not doing interviews anymore, simply
Mm-hmm.
because Bastian Stegen, the guy who did them back in the days in cooperation with Martin Beckmann, the guy from Fingerboard TV. Stegen just is just lost somehow. I don't know. He's not really into fingerboarding anymore.
Just kind of got out of it.
Yeah, maybe grow out of it or something like this. I don't know. And yeah, so basically I just started, and first of all, or at the first interview, I didn't really know how to work it or do it. And that's why I started with the Instagram questions.
Mm-hmm. So kind of like everything I'm doing in the podcast. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it.
Yes. And sometimes it's not so wrong to do it. So I wish I would have or I wish I could reach more people, because all I would like to do with the interviews is to educate the people, and so they know who the people are behind the big companies.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, it's easy for me to do an interview with Harry and Timo because they live in Berlin.
Yeah.
But I really would like to do an interview with Mike Schneider or the guy from Drake Elliott, Ementant Dex.
Eminent Fingerskate.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I say it wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird word anyway.
Yeah, so even with Chris Dunlop from Beast Pants, there are so many people I really would like to interview.
Yeah.
But it's kind of tough.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, I mean, I know, like, I think the whole face-to-face format, actually having the person you're interviewing there, is really cool, and it adds to the experience way more than, Skyping somebody and
that's
interviewing.
Actually a lot of people telling me I should do it over Skype, and so I could do it more frequent and this stuff. But actually, that's not the point I would like to do. So I want to do it face to face.
Yeah.
And
I think it's way better doing it face to face than actually having them right next to you, talking to them.
It's so the Uncle Erm show is still pretty unprofessional, I would tell. So the last episode,
I think it's pretty good.
The last episode was more professional, but I had help in the background. When you may have seen it, there were two guys in the background who did the sound and the camera and the light, so I could focus totally on the interview itself.
Mm-hmm.
But so most of the time I have to do it all by myself.
I'm sure that's kind of a hassle.
Well, more or less. So when my microphone is working and the lighting is okay. So for example, the video I did with the owner of Oak Wheels, Ricardo,
mm-hmm.
The light was not so good, and he was talking really silent. So
yeah. Well, I just wanted to touch upon that because it's really, you don't see that. I don't know, this is a little off subject, which what I was just trying to say, but like there isn't much, especially when it comes to big companies, like there isn't much for seeing who they actually are as a person. And I thought when you interview them, it was just really cool because you can actually kind of get a feel for, who they are as a person, and actually see the face of the company, and I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, that's the point. So I want to show the people who stands behind a company.
Mm-hmm. Definitely don't go over to Skype.
Yes. So let's see who's the next one. So I will be back in Portugal this year. So I might do an interview with the owner of Flint Decks.
That'd be cool to see.
And I know him in person quite good, to be honest. And but I know a lot of people don't know him, so that would be fun.
I've seen him briefly on Snaps, and that's it. Because I don't really know who the guy is. I know there's a guy behind the scenes drilling holes and sanding decks. That's about it.
Yeah, it's Losh or Gonzalo. He's a cool guy. He is he's a great person. So, but there will be a lot more people, but I have to check when there's time for it, and so I'm planning on a lot more interviews, but
Yeah, it'll be awesome
it's
to
not
see.
it's not so easy sometimes.
Yeah. Well, definitely, guys, if you want to be up to date when he does do interviews, it's at Onkel Urban on Instagram, ONKEL_Urban. So definitely go follow his Instagram account to see when he does do those. Your YouTube, what's your YouTube? I don't know how to pronounce it.
You can type in on YouTube Onkel Urban, then you will
Okay.
find me. But if you
We'll
need a
also
link,
put there'll be a link in the description, so
yeah,
just click on that. Sponsors?
South of Bushings, of course, best bushings in the world,
Yeah, I haven't tried
and
them, but they look really nice.
and Reaper board rails, but I think it's called Reaper fingerboards as always. But
Yeah,
they do
we'll put
board
those in the
rails.
description too. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
sweet.
like a bone board rail kind of, right? In the shape of a bone.
Yeah, but there will be normal board rails in the future as well.
All right, man. Thanks for being on. I know we were having some issues before with some technical difficulties, but thanks for enduring the cancer, so to speak, because it was really bad. It was really bad. So I really appreciate you coming on and dealing with the shenanigans at first, and it was really cool to talk to you about, stuff. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the invite. Shit happens, man. Shit
Yeah.
happens, and don't worry. And thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
And keep on fingerboarding, everyone, and support this channel, of course, because I like what you guys
Yeah.
doing.
Thanks,
And
man. I appreciate it.
yeah,
It seems really unprofessional at times, but I'm trying to get it as professional as possible. I've never done a podcast before, so this is the first time I've ever done it. So, anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. It should be out Monday, but you won't know that until it's out. And
Genius.
I'll see you guys next week. Peace.